Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Yeah, it was getting really, let's just say we were having some difficult times, me and Beans. So what we decided to do was get a ride up here to Jackson Hole and ride the Tetons and ride Yellowstone from here. I think that'll be better, and I'm gonna leave Beans with my brother's family so she can be cared for and not have to worry about all the, you know, all the rigors and hardships that come with bicycle touring.
As I wake up every morning, I wish the day would end, because a day without you in my life, I don't know how to mend. And I was like, eh, 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 oh, 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 oh. You were like, eh, 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 no, oh, no, oh. I was like, eh, 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 oh, 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 oh. You were like, eh, 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 no, oh, no, oh. Come on, let's rewind till I smile. That look upon your face. My heart is empty and unguided, a blind leading chase. Thought I had a plan with you and me. Was the villain of my own dream, breaking me down to my knees. Right at the mirror, wondering if I'll be okay. My head is telling me nothing, it's got nothing left to say. And I was like, eh, 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 oh, 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 oh. You were like, eh, 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 no, oh, no, oh. I was like, eh, 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 oh, 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 oh. You were like, eh, 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 no, oh, no, oh. Come on, let's rewind till I smile. That look upon your face. My heart is empty and unguided, a blind leading chase. Thought I had a plan with you and me. Was the villain of my own dream, breaking me down to my knees.
Yeah, as you know, we've been touring around Teton National Park. That's the Grand Teton right there. We've been touring around Grand Teton National Park. We went up to the pass. We did a lot of riding around the last couple of days. I wanted to explain what happened because a lot of you are going to have questions. I know you're going to have questions. We had some problems, okay? We had a lot of problems. When we were coming out of Denver, we went up to Fort Collins, we got to Laramie, Wyoming. we went over the snowy range, and that was a tough ride. Very windy and steep grades, and I had a lot of weight in my trailer, way too much weight in my trailer. It was not good. Over that mountain pass, I wasn't making the distance I wanted to make that second day, but that wasn't the big thing. The big thing, guys, was that Beans was starting to get a little bit lethargic. I would stop periodically to make sure she had some water, and then I would pet her and she would just lay there. She didn't seem to be as responsive as she normally was. She didn't seem to be as vocal as she normally was, which started scaring me big time. On top of this, we ran out of water. Right as we were coming over the snowy range, I ran out of water. I had no more water, and there was like 40 something miles to the nearest town, and we were barely making the distance because we were doing a lot of climbing, and it was going really slow because of the weight I had in my trailer. It was going extremely slow, and I started to worry about myself too. I'm like, I'm running out of water, I'm overheating. What happens if I get heat stroke out here? What's gonna happen to Beans? I started getting really nervous. I packed way too much stuff. I packed what I packed because of the length of time I was going to be away from services. Going over the mountain ranges that I was going over, that was just not a good idea. Lighter is obviously better when it comes to climbing. And it was just a very bad situation. My brother offered to come get me. He lives up in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And obviously we came up here to Jackson Hole. Since I gained some time, I hung out with my brother the last couple of days. We went up to the Snow King, and we did some fun riding around on the cowboy coaster, and I rode up the pass, which is an extremely steep bike path. Extremely steep. I did that. So yeah, I've been riding around the last couple days here in Wyoming, up in Jackson Hole and the outskirts. I went over to the Snake River, you know, I did a lot of fun stuff, okay? But mainly I hung out with my brother and his family. I know, guys, I know it's not the epic tour that a lot of you guys were expecting, but I could not put Beans through that anymore, not in good conscience. I could not put Beans through the stress. This is a desert area, okay? It isn't like touring between towns where you're running into services every 500 feet, you know what I mean? On the eastern side of the United States, you're running into services all the time. If you have to stop, get water. When you get out to these areas like this, it could be 50, 60, 70, 80 miles before you reach services. That's not a good thing, especially if Beans is getting overheated or we run out of water. That's not a good thing. Now, if it was just me, not a big deal. Okay, if it was me, it would be not a big deal at all. But I have to think about Beans too, and I don't want to put her through that. I'm not taking her to Yellowstone with me. I'm going to ride up through Yellowstone and do the lower and upper loop of Yellowstone National Park, go see all the sights, just enjoy myself, camp out. And I'm going to leave Beans with my brother's family and their kids, and Beans will at least, you know, just get to hang out and relax and have a break. We're not going to be riding back. We're getting a ride back to Denver. I know that a lot of you might be disappointed. You wanted to see that whole ride up to Yellowstone. The problem is, with the weight I had in the back, I was not making the distance I wanted to make. That first day, 95 miles, not a big deal. The second day, going over that mountain range, I was only getting 40 miles. That's not a lot, guys. I was having a hard time. And I forgot about one thing about the Brompton. One thing that I forgot big time about the Brompton was I have an 8% overgearing in the front and 8% overgearing in the back. That is not good for climbing. I was having a hard time. Now, if I had an 8% undergear in the front and 8% undergear in the back, maybe it would have been better. I don't know. But the Brompton is not geared for climbing. And then on top of that, having that massive amount of weight, it wasn't good at all. It was not good. I was struggling. And I got over the mountain range and I got down into Laramie, Wyoming, but it was tough. It was really tough. And like I said, I worried about Beans all the way. I was hoping that she wasn't going to get sick or she wasn't going to die, because there was a while where we went without water and I was really worried about Beans. Being out in these areas, you got to be a little bit more responsible. You have to carry all the water you're going to need, and unfortunately, If it was flat land, it wouldn't be a big deal. Going through the deserts of Arizona, I've done that before. Not a big deal. I carry all the water I need, yes. But going over mountain passes with a humongously heavy trailer, not a smart idea. And then a cat on the back that you got to take care of, not a smart idea. We have to be responsible with our pets, and putting a cat through that much stress and torment, I feel bad about it. I really feel bad about it. I really feel bad that Beans had to go through that because of my stupidity. Yeah, we're gonna do things a little bit more responsible. This whole next week, I'm gonna be cycling Yellowstone. We're gonna go see all the sights. We're gonna take our time with it. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna see all the sights. I'm gonna enjoy all the features Yellowstone and the Grand Teton has to offer this next week. And I think we're gonna have fun, guys. I think it's gonna be really cool. And we're gonna be doing it all on the Brahmi. This Brahmi is built for speed. It's not necessarily built for climbing, but I was still able to get up the pass, which is an extremely steep bike trail. But, you know, I didn't have any weight. I just had my backpack and that was it. And I'm able to do that, no problem. But with that trailer, oh my God, it's like carrying a bucket of anvils, you know? It was just really, really difficult. So needless to say, we're gonna have fun next week. I hope you guys don't mind the couple-day blackout. I was hanging out with my brother and enjoying some of the sights and features that Jackson Hole, Wyoming has to offer. So ultimately, it's not been bad. It's actually been kind of relaxing. So I hope that everybody can forgive me for being such an idiot. Like I said, I let my eyes get bigger than my legs, I guess. I'm like, oh, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this. And yeah, as a cyclist, I'm a very, very fit cyclist. But I had like 90 pounds in that trailer, man. 90 pounds. That ain't including what was in my tea bag and on my back. So that's a lot of freaking weight to be hauling up a mountain range. And I'm just not strong. I'm not that strong. I mean, I'm a great rider, but I'm not that strong. So I had a lot of problems. But putting Beans through what I put her through, I feel so bad about that, and I'm not gonna ever do that again. I've learned my lesson about that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to head back into Jackson Hole. I'm going to slim down my trailer a little bit, get rid of all the stuff I don't absolutely need, so that when I head into Yellowstone tomorrow or the next day, I'm not gonna be pulling nowhere near as much weight. So it'll be fun. I just got a lot of work I got to get done tonight. I hope you guys will tune in for the whole Yellowstone ride on the Brompton. It's sure to be pretty fun. We're going to see a lot of wild animals. We're going to see a lot of national landmarks. And I think it'll be fun. So I guess I will see you guys on tour day. So I will talk with you guys in the next one. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.